Hello and welcome back to another video. You can tell that I'm running out of ideas for content because I am ranking every single move in my Hero Ultra Rumble up to Tokoyami. You can see we have everything here, including special actions, even unique things like Tamaki's grab or Shigaraki's search in his latest skill set. We have got everything in here, literally everything. Some of the things I haven't put in as a picture, like Armored All Might's beta, purely based on the fact that it serves as a grab and a mobility option, so I'm going to rank it as them together because it basically functions the same. But S tier is going to be basically, you see this move used all the time. A is going to be, well, I say like all the time, like it's just a really solid move. It's basically like a I press this button, I win. A is going to be, it's just fine all around. B is going to be, you know, it's all right. You can use it here and there. C is going to be very niche useless, and D is going to be borderline useless. So how do we do this? How do we do this? That is the question. So starting off with Red Todo's Alpha, I'm going to put this in S tier. Practically all of Red Todo's moves are S tier, and the main reason for that is it's just a solid projectile. You know, it's fast, it does a lot of damage, it has very small burn damage on top of it, can easily burst someone's guard down, very low knockdown value, and obviously you've got stuns to complement this even better, so it's just all around a very versatile move. I'm going to be very quick with these because, you know, I need to, otherwise I'm going to be here all day. I'm going to be here for hours if I do all of these and give them a decent explanation. Okay, second one, Assault Kirishima's Alpha. That's going into, I was going to say D tier. I'm going to put it in C tier. And the main reason why I'm not considering it completely useless is because it gives Kirishima mobility, which he desperately needs. It's good if you connect the move, but very inconsistent, very bad overall. Just doesn't connect all the hits. It's very easy to dodge, but it gives him movement, so, you know, he gets that going for him. Red Denki's Beta, that is also going in C tier. Leaves you very stationary. If you use it for too long, you get a kickback from it, which is that you get brain fried and you are very easy to burst down at that stage. It's just, again, like, it does good damage, but since it leaves you stationary and obviously there's a chance you can overuse it, it's just bad. It's bad for him. Red Shiggy Alpha, that is going into A tier. I think this move is very good. It does a lot of damage. It's got very low knockdown value, so if you catch someone off guard and you manage to hit 3 alphas on them, their health bar is going to explode. It can go up buildings. It's overall really solid option. There's not really too much downside about it, except for that if you see the Red Shiggy in the distance, you can kind of guess what he's going to go for, and he's going to easily, you know... Well, sorry, I say easily. You can easily jump over it. You can easily get to a higher spot where the alpha couldn't reach. It's quite simple to dodge overall, but the uses where you do catch someone off guard with it, or you're even third-partying from a distance, it's very, very, very strong. Assault Kirishima Beta, that is going to go in B tier, very bottom of B tier, but this move, again, it's nice damage. It gives Kirishima the ability to go up higher, you know, like, but again, very easy to dodge. You roll towards him. It's very slow. It gives him armor, so I guess it's like neat in that regard, but I don't know, maybe it's actually C tier just because of how predictable it is. Do you know what? I am actually going to put it in C tier. I think it's better than his alpha, but it's just very easy to dodge. Actually, no, I will put it in B tier. It's very generous. It's nice when you hit it, but, you know, it's very hard to get off. But once you do get it off, the reward is there. Tech Toga Beta. That's also going into A tier. Fast move, high damage, good auto tracking, 2 uses, gives her a tremendous speed boost, beats every armored move in the game as well. You can actually knock every armored move out. It's got a pretty big hitbox. Toga's pretty tiny. Can give her reach as well. If she has blood, she can reset it, so she basically has forever uptime on it. If you hit someone, it basically starts the cooldown for the move, and you'll basically have infinite usage of the beta. It's very, very strong. I say the only thing about it is that once you're on the ground with it, that's kind of it. You are stuck on the ground with her, but overall I'm going to leave that there. Assault Kirishima Gamma, that's also going into A tier. Probably his only good move to cause an opening play with, because if you hit someone with it, you get a damage. There's no, like, quip, there's no drawback to it, really. You can use it whilst you're airborne as well for extra momentum to carry it. Does about 200 damage, very good at finishing people off, very good at catching wake-ups. It's just solid overall. Again, gives him the benefits of armor. The only thing that I could say that's bad about it is that after the change, they have made the hitbox much easier to dodge, but overall, it's still, like, a really good move. Red Denki Gamma. I'm going to put this in A tier as well. It's a stun. It does a lot of damage. You get 2 of them. It's a pretty decent mobility option when leveled up as well. I personally think it's like one of the better stuns in the game just because of how much damage it does initially and then how much time you actually get to pump alphas in. Loads of your teammates can capitalize off it as well, but I can't really say much more about it. I guess it's just like it's pretty easy to dodge if you see the Denki coming, kind of similar to like Shigi's Alpha and all of that. So it's strong in that regard, but it doesn't leave you stationary or anything. I guess if you use both and you whiff both, you're kind of left with no mobility. So maybe that's a drawback to it. I believe this is Assault Deku's Gamma. I'm going to put it in B tier. I'm surprised they haven't actually buffed this to give him his Gamma earlier levels back sooner because it's very niche, you know, like you can do it for combos. If you're able to land it, you can get combos. It is a pretty slow move, so that's why I've got it in B tier as well. It's not the best mobility option. It has pretty good reach, but you know, it's still pretty easy to keep track of a Deku for it. And yeah, it's just a fine mobility option overall. Assault Deku's Alpha, I'm also going to put this in A tier. Not A tier, S tier. Again, if you can hit your shots, it's just reliable, solid damage. Like, that's all it comes down to, is if you hit your shots or not. So I'm not really going to judge it based on the skill. I'm going to base it on if you're getting the max value out of it. And with this, if you're hitting your shots, you are killing people. And if you land a crouch shot, that's even more damage at the end of the clip. This character just does good damage overall with his alphas. Very solid projectile. It's pretty big as well. I'm going to be real. It is a very big projectile. So that's why I've got it there. I think this is Bakugo's grenades. Yeah, I'm going to put that in A tier as well. Bakugo grenades, really good. It does more damage than his alpha. Huge AoE hitbox towards it as well. You can throw 2 of them before you knock someone down, and hitting them with 2 is basically 200 damage. They just do so much. They've got a pretty quick cooldown as well. You can use them as a get off me if someone's getting a bit too close or you can't hit your shots and you've got no gammas, so you can just kind of throw 2 grenades in rapid succession and move someone off. Or, well, make someone get off you, but yeah, I kind of like it. It's pretty good resort for Bakugo to use in close quarters combat over his Gamma. Tech Dabi Alpha, this is going in C tier. So, despite the tracking buff, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, but the damage on it is just not worth, like, leveling up at all. Maybe you can get it to level 4 now instead of just leaving it entirely and being a beta Gamma merchant, but it's, you know, it's okay. It's fine. I just feel if you're going to be able to get guaranteed damage on someone with Dabi, you're most likely going to want to run up and use a Gamma and then try and land a melee after for just so much more damage instead of trying to chip them away with alphas. It's good for catching people that are running away, but I still don't think it's like an amazing move overall. Assault Deku's beta. Okay, so that's going to be similar to Assault Kirishima, where I feel like it's very predictable, but it's also very hard-hitting. I also think Deku's beta, in certain scenarios, is punishable on hit, which is actually kind of crazy to say. It's a very, very weird move like that. Sometimes the tracking just goes off the charts and it'll just send you the complete opposite direction that you want. It's okay for a mobility option. I do like the armor on it, though, which is really nice for him, but again, just a solid armored option to use to someone if you want to finish them off, or, you know, they're getting a bit too close to you and you know they don't have anything to counter your armored move, so you can kind of just kick them back with that. Very nice in that regard. Toga's Gamma. I'm going to put this in B tier purely based on how inconsistent this move is. Very nice for Toga if she's able to get her, you know, she gets the blood, she gets her ability cooldowns and all of that. Damage is okay, you have 2 bullets for it, but I think the main issue with it, more than anything, is the bugs and how inconsistent the Gamma can be. You could be looking directly at someone with this move, use it, and it will just go off somewhere else or hit the ground immediately. And then another scenario, someone could be 50 million miles away from you. You press it and it somehow tracks them instead of the person in front of you. It's a very weird move, very weird move. Red Denki Alpha. This is also going in A tier. Just a very solid projectile, does a lot of damage, which complements perfectly with his Gamma. You can also set up traps to stun people for a good amount of time. It's really good. I really like this projectile. The only thing about it is its range. If you're not aimed in, then it doesn't go that far. If you are aimed in, it goes about mid-range, but it's not an infinite traveling projectile, but that also makes sense so you can set up traps. So I feel like where it lacks in range, it definitely is a monster in those close to mid-range engagements, and you definitely don't want to be caught by too many Denki Alphas, because you will see yourself dead or just Very low HP very quickly. Rapid Bakugo Alpha. I'm going to put this in S tier. Does a lot of damage, provides as a mobility boost for him as well, and you can actually use this. If you hit 3 bursts, you can knock someone down, which is actually pretty nice. I feel knockdown value on some things are really, really beneficial. Rapid Bakugo, it just kind of complements his kit really well, which is why I've got it in S tier, you know, just the whole extra mobility. It can give you a bit of a height with like space hop and stuff. It just gives you even more height. It's really, really good in that regard. Tech Toga Alpha, I'm also going to put this in S tier. This ability, again, you get a lot of bullets. It does pretty good damage. I think at max level it does like 30-something damage per knife. And you have 30 of them? Yeah, that's going to be quite a lot. There is a lot of damage potential there. Very low knockdown value as well. You can kind of just beam someone out of existence if they're not paying attention to you. And the projectile hitbox is pretty big as well. It's a very generous hitbox size for how many bullets you get and how much damage it does. You can easily shred someone down without their guard on it. Very hard to roll out of the way of it as well, because since she's just constantly firing it, just going it's really hard to dodge in some scenarios. So that's why I'm giving that S tier. Red Todo Beta, that is also going in S tier. Why? Because it does a lot of damage, it comes out very quick, he's got 2 of them, he's allowed to shoot through them, and it's got a lot of health in general as well. There's kind of just a lot that goes in favor for that. I also think as well, in rare scenarios, if you hit someone with like enough ice moves, or someone's been hit by a certain amount of ice things and you land a beta, they take the damage but also get frozen in place, so you can actually combo it into another beta. The nerf that it got recently, I don't think the damage nerf is that bad, because it's still got all of the other properties with it being that you can shoot through it, it's fast, you can combo it into other abilities. So Red Todo there, yeah, he definitely gets S tier on that beta right there. Tech Dabi Alpha, not Alpha, Gamma, that is going into A tier. Tech Dabi Gamma is very strong. It is very, very strong because it blocks all projectiles. It actually staggers people as well if you hit them point blank with it, let alone it doesn't do that much damage if you hit them point blank. But if you can get that perfect distance where you hit them with the stagger and it pushes them out into the firing, you can get like 250 damage basically instantly. It's a very underrated move in my eyes, very underrated. So that's why I've got it in A tier. The only thing that's the downside about it is that so many characters can just go above it and just rain fire down on him there, so it's kind of useless in that regard, but still, really solid move in general. Denki's special action. So if I'm going to put it in the perspective of Tech Denki, it goes into S tier, whilst if it's on Strike Denki, it's basically D tier, because they took away the TODs for it. I don't actually have a second one here. Am I able to copy this image? No, I can't. Okay, well, okay, so I'll put it into the perspective. Hopefully people have watched this far, but Denki's special action for Red is going into D tier, but for Tech, it will go into S tier. So I guess I'll... Do I find a halfway point for it? I guess I'll put it in... No, I'm going to put it in D tier for now, because I'm going on the perspective of it's Red Denki right now. If that was the second one, it goes into S tier, so... You know, if you made it this far, you would understand why it's there by the end of it. But yeah, very useless for Strike Denki. It's really difficult for him to close the distance without using his mobility. But then if you hit someone with the mobility of your Gamma and the special action, they instantly get knocked down. You can't do the TOD anymore with his special action, so it doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. That's kind of it for it. It's a stun. It's a stun that doesn't really give you that much value. Maybe you could use it on a rapid that might engage on you when you have it active, but funny enough, his special action works way better on practically every other character in the game with his tuning. Red Shiggy Beta. I'm going to put this in S tier. I think this is a really, really good move once it's maxed out. The only thing about it, again, is that, like, loads of airborne characters can do it, but if you're in a small zone or, like, in a building, this character just presses this off cooldown every time, and you are either forced to move to a completely different area, use your mobility to get in the sky. This can interrupt heals, it could kill people by accident, it's impossible to res a teammate if they use this on them, unless if you have an insta-res, but we'll get into that later. And... overall, it just covers so much area. It's a very good move, very good move. Very low knockdown value as well, so if you catch someone on flesh in a beta and you just like keep hitting them with melee 1 with Shiggy, they will take so much damage. It's basically a death, insta-death combo on every character in the game. Red Shiggy's grab. This is going in D tier. I don't care what anyone says. This move is fucking buns. Yes, it's got good mobility. Yes, it's got armor, but this move is the most inconsistent thing in the game, and it's been bad since day one. It sometimes grabs people from miles away and does it. Sometimes when you grab someone, it does the full damage, but doesn't, like, do the throw damage. Sometimes you don't get the, like, tick damage when you're grabbing onto them, and you only get the throw damage. Sometimes you get knocked out of the grab. It's, like, it's way too inconsistent to actually use as a viable attack. I'm going to be real, I know I'm probably going to get heat for this, but I genuinely think it's the worst, like, type of grab in the game. And one of the worst moves in the game just because of how poorly it functions. It feels like it's got a bug every time, and then, like, they've shadow nerfed it multiple times with, like, the angle it sends people at, so you can't even combo it into a special action anymore. It's just kind of whack. But yeah, Red Shiggy grab into D tier. Red Todo Gamma. Yes, let's go into S tier. Who would have guessed the S tier character has S tier moves? This character is just fucked up. The Gamma freezes you, does like 180 damage. Combo that into his high fire rate, high damage in alphas. That's basically your entire guard and half your health gone. You're basically left at 1 HP if you get hit by this, because no matter what move he uses to follow up besides special action, he's gonna kill you. It's most likely gonna kill you or get you to extremely low HP values. And it's also a movement tool. They also buffed it recently that your momentum is continued as well when you jump off a building with it, so it's not even bad in that regard, so I can't even really say there is a downside to this move. It's fast, it's got good range, like, it's got relatively low cooldown. It's very good overall. Tech Dabi traps. I'm going to put these into B tier. These are very solid. So this move is probably the move you're going to be using the second most amount compared to Tech Dabi's Gamma. But this can block projectiles. It can save you in a pinch sometimes. If you're healing, you can actually use them as a shield. It's very good for finishing people off because two of them at max level result in an insta-kill. It's very good in that regard. It is pretty good at knocking people over as well. People who get too overconfident against a Dabi can, you know, catch themselves getting hit by like 3 to 4 traps before they finally give up chase on him. But the main issue with these is that they all have 1 HP, and a lot of AoE moves can kind of just invalidate this. Like, if AFO does his Gamma, it basically sets off all of his traps if they're in the area of it. It's pretty bad in that regard, but I think it's a solid thing to have itself at B tier. Red Deku Alpha. I'm going to put this at S tier as well. Most of the projectiles in this game are S tier. But this one, again, high damage, knocks you down in 2 hits, which allows you to close the distance to deal even more damage. There's not really much more to say about this. Even, like, the spread at close range works really well, but most people have it zoomed in for that tighter spread, and it definitely pays off, just because it's got pretty decent range as well, even when zoomed in, so doing, like, 100 plus damage per alpha is very good. Well, obviously, with tuning, I don't think it does 100 straight up, but it's pretty good in that regard. Deku's Beta. Red Deku's Beta. I'm going to put this in C tier. I don't think this move's that good. It leaves you pretty stationary. It's got a huge amount of end lag when you hit the ground with it. Don't get me wrong, it does do a lot of damage when it does hit, but I feel you're mostly using this to catch someone off guard when they're healing because Deku doesn't have the best there, but I still feel like 9 times out of 10, most people are picking his Alpha over the Beta. It's just, to me, it's just too inconsistent. The grab is nice on it as well because it does true damage for whatever reason. It was bugged for quite a while where, like, Deku just kept moving forward with it. I think they changed it in the most recent patch, but I just don't think it's, like, that good of a move. I don't really see many Dekus using it unless if it's, like, a panic option, but even then it's still relatively easy to roll, and the payoff for it isn't that much damage. Deku's Gamma. I'm going to put this in B tier. It's fine. It can serve as a protection for the wall. It gives him good mobility. It lets him set up for, I guess, insane beta drops if people actually want to do that. Can, you know, get him up to airborne characters to shoot with his alpha if they're just out of range. I just think that it's a bit slow. You know, you do the stomp, then you go up. I think there's also a short amount of time before you can actually act out of the airborne movement, so it's a little bit finicky in that regard. I don't know, I just don't really like it that much. It can provide as good protection, but I don't really see many people using this as offensive, more so just trying to run away. Even then, it's not the best to help him run away. So it's just fine overall. Red Bakugo Alpha. I'm going to put this in A tier. It's just kind of it's a similar thing to Deku and Todoroki, just it's a little bit slower. And I'm pretty sure his do less damage. It's nice that it can pierce through walls, but the slower fire rate, the high ammo count's nice though, and I think it has like 10 bullets, but the slower fire rate and that Bakugo kind of just has better abilities. This one gets a bit outclassed, but it's still solid overall. I still think it's a very good move overall. Not much really to say about it. If you're landing your shots, it feels good. If you're not, then but yeah. Blue Bakugo Beta. I'm going to put this in A tier as well. This one is in A tier mostly because of the mobility again that it provides Bakugo. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm going to put it in S tier. Gives him mobility. It stuns people if they have guard, which can let you combo it into his Gamma, which is also a really good move. But I feel like with Blue Bakugo, if he didn't have his beta, a lot of his stuff wouldn't actually be possible in terms of damage. So this move is kind of very important to him in that regard, in terms of like getting his big damage combos. Obviously, you know, the rapid Bakugos don't use it all the time, but it's very important to his kit, and that he has 3 of them, so, you know, it's really good in that regard. It doesn't do the most damage. I say the most, like, awkward thing about it is trying to figure out the perfect type, but of course Blue Bakugo players are experts at him, so they know what they're doing. Red Bakugo Gamma, that is also going into A tier. This move has been buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed that most Bakugos now just kind of jump in with his special action, use a grenade into Gamma, and poof, your health's gone. This move is pretty good. I'd say the only thing about it that's bad is that it can be really inconsistent, and it's pretty easy to punish if he does whiff it entirely. It is pretty scary that he's got 2, so if he whiffs the first one, he could just kind of charge at you with the second. It doesn't have armor as well, but this move hits like a truck, so the value on it, the risk reward is there. It's definitely there with this move. If you miss, then obviously you get punished, but if you hit it, oh my god, do people explode. Especially with the second charge now. Rapid Bakugo Gamma. I'm also going to put this in A tier. This is not ordered, by the way. I just thought I'd point that out. But this is also going into A tier. It's just, again, another really good option that he has. It's got a very big hitbox. It's pretty hard to roll. Does solid damage. Lets him combo it into his alpha. The only thing I say that stops it from being S tier is that it is pretty easy to interrupt, and it does leave Bakugo a little bit exposed, but he doesn't really have a reliable way of hitting it unless if he's catching someone off guard, which I guess isn't the hardest with him, or if he's stunning someone with beta. I feel like it is pretty easy to avoid if he is opening up with a Gamma, but hey, what do I know? A tier, that move goes. Oh, god, we have got so many moves left, Jesus. I might actually have to speed this a little bit quicker, but Rapid Ochaco Alpha. This is going to go into A tier as well. Actually, I'm kind of tempted to put it into S tier. This thing is broken. It's got pretty good range. It gives her really good mobility, really short cooldown. Pretty sure it also reloads while she's airborne, which is kind of crazy. So for a 300 HP Rapid to be dealing 80 damage with her mobility option, if she stuns you with a Gamma and you just spam a bunch of alphas at them, they just die. They actually just die. They take so much damage. Yeah. That move again, really solid, really solid. Beta is also going into S tier. High damaging move, combo move, can stun people in the air with it. She used to be able to throw like 5 or 6 cars before it actually hard knocked you down. Now it's only 2. But her damage output and the size of the projectile is just still really easy for her to get easy damage if she hits you with a beta. It's really hard to avoid as well because she does get a small speed boost, so if she catches you on the ground with it, yeah, you're basically dead. Not much to say about that. Big area, big damage, big projectile, very easy to hit. And she also gets the car at level 7 now. I think people forgot about that she's not as expensive as she used to be because she only used to get it at level 9. Her Gamma also going into S tier. The only downside is that she's stationary for half a second, and the characters from last season being Armored All Might, Lady Nagant, and Tech Shiggy, that's all they kind of need to punish this character, but overall that is still a really broken move. It's very hard to time the roll for it because the hitbox is just ridiculous. It's really stupid. It doesn't work. It's a stun that just leaves you airborne as well, so characters that don't have mobility kind of just get stuck and are forced to take a lot of damage. So yeah, it's just a solid, it's probably the best combo starter move in the game in my never mind, but it's a very good combo starter move in the game just because of how janky the hitbox is and the roll detection. Tech Todo Alpha, this is going into A tier as well. Very big projectile, pretty decent fire rate, leaves an ice trail in front of him, so If armored characters get too close, or if anyone's getting too close, they take the fire damage and the alpha damage. Sorry, they take the fire damage and the ice damage, which can result in like 80-something damage, which is pretty damn good. Since the ice trail stays there for quite a bit of time, people can just run into it, and it does hard knock down instantly as well. So, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. It's just Todo is kind of struggling in the current meta. Here's Beta. I'm also going to put into A tier. Again, it's a really, really big projectile. If he shoots his alpha at it, he can make it into an AoE move that can just take over buildings. He is impossible to contest if he's in a building and he's just spamming this. It's really difficult. You basically have to wait for the storm to rotate. It's similar to Red Shiggy's Beta in my eyes, but not as effective because it gives you more time to react to it, because again, like, there's the whole explosion timing going off. He can put you in really unfortunate situations where you don't have enough time to react to it, or, you know, you get stuck on the ice Beta and then you are forced to get hit by it. But yeah, it's very good in that regard. Is Gamma. I'm going to put it into B tier. It's very nice. It does block every projectile in the game, but it's similar to Dabi's Gamma, that you can kind of just fly above him, or, you know, just literally back up and try and snipe him from a distance, because the spread does happen very quickly. I will give it props that inside a building, if you use it at a doorway, it's very slow, and you basically can't roll through it if your iframes go out, and it does do a lot of damage. It's very good at confirming KOs as well, because it basically just insta-kills them, because there's no way of blocking it, so they just kind of explode and die instantly. Very good move there. Iida Alpha, I'm going to put in A tier. Fast move, good damage, combos into itself 3 times, good getaway tool. It's fine, you know, it's very good. He's got 4 of them now, so he can just get insane heights with this. It's amazing. It's an amazing move for his combo starters. Even then, like, if you don't know how to do Alpha, Alpha, Beta, you can just do Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. Like, he does have very basic combos with it, but it's just a solid move overall. His Beta is going to go in B tier. So this move did get buffed recently. They did increase the damage on it, but for me, the risk reward is just too high. It's not worth it. Even though it's armored and it does like 160, I just feel Iida's trade game at the minute, there's too many things that do high damage that he just kind of explodes when he does trade with it. And since it's armored as well, he might not even get knocked down by some moves, and he takes way more damage than intended. So yeah, B tier it goes. The Gamma, though, is going to go into A tier. It basically just makes Iida better overall. All of his moves are faster, he's harder to hit, he gets a nice little flip to evade. The main drawback of this is obviously that the Gamma makes his engine stall, and he is very, very vulnerable. He can't punch, he can't use any of his abilities for a short period of time, and that, in the current period of My Hero Ultra Rumble, is way more than enough, because he used to be the guy with all the mobility in the world, but now since everyone has mobility or some type of way to run away, he's kind of fallen behind a little bit, and him being one of the few characters that gets punished for using his speed boost is kind of holding him back as well. Proppy Alpha. Similar to Ochaco, it's going into S tier because it does good damage. It's just like, oh, it's so annoying. It does good damage, it reloads while she's in the air, it helps her close the distance on people, which is what's going to lead into her Beta also going into S tier. Actually, I'll put it into A tier, very top of A tier, purely based on the fact that if you whiff it, you are very susceptible to being punished. It's mostly her Alpha that makes her really annoying, but the Beta-Beta combos are also really annoying. It does good damage, but I feel like she wouldn't be landing these if the Alpha wasn't so good at closing the distance and dealing damage. But yeah, the Beta goes into A tier for being a strong combo tool and a very strong move in general. It's just that it leaves her a bit vulnerable. Her Camouflage, I'm going to put into C tier. Actually, I'm going to put into B tier. So this move did get buffed. They gave it a speed boost, and on top of the inertia change, Froppy is very good at using the inertia to, like, halfway through her turn, she camouflages, which just can make you lose track of her instantly. There's not really much more use out of it. You can maybe use it when someone's downed, but her special action is way better for that. Tech Denki Alpha. This shit is going into S tier, actually. I'm going to put it into S tier. I think it's a really good move. Long range, you know, you're dealing 130 damage. Like, accompanied with a special action, you're basically charging it up instantly, and you're doing a lot of chip damage, which can make people very low. You can tell your team who's low. And if they get too close, you've got the shotgun version for it, which just absolutely melts people, which is also going to lead into his beta being an A tier move as well, because his beta stuns people. It covers a large area. The traps do not disappear until someone triggers it or Denki throws out a fresh pair of traps. And another thing with his beta is that the reason why it's not in S tier is because it's similar to Tech Dabi traps, that he can have them all destroyed by just a single AoE move. It's very easy to destroy them in that regard, but the stun time that he gets on them, and that it lets you know where they are on the map for a short amount of time, is really strong as well. Very strong knowledge there. His Gamma is also going to go into, nope, not S tier, it's going to go into A tier. Pretty good distance for a 350 HP character, helps him get to high ground a bit easier to set up his traps and, you know, alpha terror. It can also have extra charges, or well, I say extra charges, it can go even further if you hit someone with it. So you, usually it's 2 dashes, so you go bam, bam, and then it's done. But if you hit someone, you can go bam, 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 then it's done, which is pretty good in that regard. Red Kirishima, I am just going to put all of his stuff into S tier. So the alpha, pretty self-explanatory. It combos, it makes him harder to hit, he can go up walls, he can cancel it into his beta, which gives him insane aerial momentum, which is really nice for him. Very strong move there. The beta, also in S tier, unbreakable shield, does more damage the longer he holds it. It's just really good. Also can lead into combos into his alpha as well. The Gamma, armored when he uses it. He has 5 of them. Very good combo finisher. Does high amounts of damage as well. It's just like insane. It bounces all over the place as well, and it does full damage for the entire time it's out. Momo Alpha, A tier. Stuns you, knocks you down in 3 hits, but you can also combo it into other moves. Her shield is going to go into B tier after the buff. It's just been very clean. It's just really nice. It's instant now, which helps her close quarters combat even more threatening. Instead of just hitting someone with Alpha 3 times and then trying to catch their wake up with it, it makes her combos with Beta basically guaranteed now. Momo Cannon's going into S tier. No matter how many times you nerf this thing, you're going to have to make it do absolutely nothing in order for it to be below S tier. Again, having 3 of them, she can just create so much insane pressure in so many areas. It's like, if a team fight's going on and she just puts 2 cannons down, she could potentially just end the entire fight there. It does a lot of damage. It still does a lot of damage, even though it doesn't guard break anymore. But with the correct tuning, you can just make people get annihilated by this. Assault All Might Alpha. I'm going to put in A tier. It's basically Deku's projectile, but worse. Like, it does good damage if he hits you with it, but like over time, since they've been nerfed and the splash damage has also been nerfed, there's a lot less value out of the splash damage, and that even if you are hitting your shots, you might as well be playing literally any other beamer character better. Assault All Might's Beta, that's going into B tier. It's a solid mobility option. It does a lot of damage if you hit them with it. You can get combos off of it, but a lot of people know just to press buttons if you get hit by it, so you avoid the combos, which is really nice for him. Leaves him armored, so, you know, he can tank a couple things, but if he whiffs it, he is very, very exposed. Very easy to burst him down. And even if he's running away with it, again, he has to go stationary to summon the tornado, so you can even hit him in that regard. Speaking of tornadoes, his Gamma, that is also going into B tier because it's a nice move. You're not really using it for offense. You can sometimes, but I wouldn't really recommend it. You mostly want to use this when running away because you are completely invincible. There's a couple things that can beat it. It's also really weird on startup that he's not entirely invincible. Like, Dabi's Gamma can just go through it because All Might himself isn't invincible, but the tornado is. Like, Ibara Alpha can go through it. It's really weird how it functions, but it's pretty good overall. It's fast as well. Aizawa Alpha, that is going into S tier. Shit, stuns, pulls you into him, so he can do a lot of damage to you. If he does it airborne, it's basically a guard break. He needs to hit like 2 or 3 of them on you in one fight, and you die. The downside is that there is no downside. I guess it leaves him a little bit in a like predictable pathing when he's running away with it. But even then, like, the cooldown on it is borderline non-existent, and he can perfectly cycle cooldowns and run away forever. His beta is also going to go into B tier, not because it's really a bad move. You mostly use it when you're running away or trying to finish someone off with a combo, but it's kind of just feels the thing of like, once you run out of alphas, you use your betas to get higher up into the sky, and then you just use your alphas again. Gamma is also going to go into S tier because that move has no knockdown value for whatever reason. You can start a combo off with Gamma, which does like 200, combo it into an Alpha, pull them back in, and then use a Beta to finish off the combo, or you can be fancy and like do an aerial Alpha and hit them with the splash damage on that for even more damage. Blocks projectiles. It's actually pretty hard to contest it if he does just do it in front of you. Like, there's not really much you can do. You can try and armor through it, but again, I just think the damage on this and like how much range it has, how much area it covers, and it being able to block projectiles is just really good. Assault Shigi's Alpha. I'm going to put it into A tier. With the buff it got, the extra range is just really nice, chasing after people who are low. You're not really throwing this at people who are airborne. It's just good, solid damage overall. Covers an area, pretty hard to roll. Very quick cooldown as well. His Beta is going into S tier. Hard stun move in his combos, and it also leaves an AoE afterwards. So if you're stuck in it and you're taking damage from Shigi, yes, you are probably going to die. You just take so much chip damage. You also get the decay effect if you get hit by it. Like, there's just so much that goes on when you get hit by a Beta. You're stunned, you're in a combo, you're taking AoE damage, you're taking damage over time. It's ridiculous. His Gamma is going to go into A tier. I'm kind of speeding through these now because we have still got a lot of moves to go through here. But his Gamma, basically the combo starter. The inertia change as well has made it that it covers a bit more distance. The hitbox on it is absolutely ridiculous as well, especially above him. Goes through walls, again, similar to the Alpha and Beta, it gives you damage over time, but you mostly use it to start the combos, and that is kind of where it is. All for one, his Alpha is going to go into A tier as well. It's very strong. You can use the charge, you can basically get guaranteed charge shots with it. It's just a very reliable projectile. It's pretty big, it's pretty fast, it has a decent cooldown, good ammo count, and yeah, that's all I can really say about it. His Beta, that is going into S tier. This shit has been micro buffed to the moon and back. Level 9 does about 150 damage. You can combo it into an Alpha for almost a guard break. You can also just make it impossible for certain characters to contest you. It covers, it goes through walls. It's just a really good move at keeping people in place. It's very good in that. His Gamma as well is also going to go into S tier. It's similar to Red Shigi's Beta and, you know, moves like that where it just forces you to get out of the area. But if you get caught in this, you are most likely going to die because you just take so much damage from getting pulled in. It's just another area thing where you don't want to be in a building where he's using that. You don't want to be, you know, anywhere near him when he's controlling a building. It's also good to push people away if you're running away, if you're trying to run away with him, because it hard knocks down every time. It's pretty hard to react to as well if he is just doing the push, but the pull, obviously, it is a bit easier to react to. But again, I still feel like in a lot of chaotic environments and characters that are primarily airborne, this is their worst nightmare, seeing him do that. Red Dabi Alpha, I'm going to put into B tier. They did buff it that when he's not in his Gamma, you know, it does the 3 pillars. The main thing that I would take away from it to make it A tier is that it doesn't count as 2 charges when he's in Gamma. And yeah, that's about it. His grab is... oh, it's got pretty good range as well and pretty good damage. His grab's also going in B tier. This move has become worse and worse and worse as time's gone on. Leaves him very stationary, so he can just get bursted down. Usually the payoff is not worth it. Actually, I'm going to put it in C tier. I just think it's way too easy to dodge now. If you use it as mobility, then you haven't really got like a huge burst damage option going on for him. And yeah, that's kind of sucks. His Gamma is going to go into A tier, however. Chips away at his health. Okay, that's pretty bad. But the speed boost and just empowering his other moves is just always worth it. And then the ring of fire that goes off at the ends. Yes, it can be a detriment sometimes, but having guaranteed damage if you manage to kick someone in the air with it, or you know, you can catch someone off guard whilst they're attacking you. It's pretty good for that. It also does block all projectiles, so it is a pretty good, like, you can't contest me, and there's no real indicator for when it goes off. Tech Toga Alpha, that is going to go into A tier. Again, very good burst damage, but if you're only hitting the initial hit, or, like, only getting the boomerang back, you're not getting the full value. But it is a pretty easy projectile to hit. Very fast, good damage. Knocks people over very early as well, so it helps you close the distance. Her Beta is going to go into S tier, purely based on the fact that her Beta just covers a wide area, it does good damage, it can combo into her Alpha or Gamma, which lets her steal blood. And speaking of her Gamma, that is going to go into A tier as well. So it's good for stealing blood, it's good for resetting her cooldowns. The issue is when you're running away with it, you go in a straight line, and it's very, very easy to just catch her when she's doing that. It's very easy. She can explode very easily if she whiffs her Gammas as well. So yeah, it's going into A tier for that reason alone. Strike Endeavors, Alpha, C tier. I think the change that they just did to it made it absolutely fucking buns. The damage he was able to get off of a Beta Spear explosion was really good. And then now that they've increased the knockdown value and decreased the damage, it just kind of sucks now. There's just no real reason to be leveling up his Alpha anymore. It's just bad. His Beta is going to go into A tier. Very good move, good range, does a lot of damage. It's actually a pretty good skill shot. The hitbox isn't as generous as I thought it was, but it's fine in that regard. The lingering fire that it leaves is also really good, which I was talking about can combo into the Alpha, but now since Alpha doesn't do as much damage, there's not as much value for it. But I still think it's a very good projectile. Here's Gamma. That's going to go into B tier. Again, no armor on it. It leaves you very stationary, but it is very strong. It's a pretty good move. I think people have grown fond of it over time. They've actually realized that it's not as bad as people once thought it was. But yeah. It's just good at hitting people through walls. It's really good at finishing people off. It's good at guaranteeing KOs as well. It's just the risk of it leaves you very stationary, and that obviously it gives you a warning before it goes off. Mirio Alpha, that is going into S tier. I'm also going to put his Beta into S tier. Actually, I'm going to put his Beta into A tier. I'll put his Beta into A tier. So, Alpha going into S tier is pretty standard. Makes you invincible when you fully charge it. Does pretty good damage. He's also got the auto combo of Agony and Despair that does 200 plus damage and hard knocks you down, so you can't even really run away from him once you get hit by it. It's just very good. It's very good. He can use it to run away very easily. I guess you can try and catch the start up on it. Beta, it's similar to Alpha in the sense of you can be invincible, you know, go underground. It does give you a warning, which makes it a lot easier to roll. But when you do roll it, he is easily punishable there. It's very easily punishable. So, yeah, Mirio can explode from that. His Gamma as well, I'm actually going to put into A tier. Ever since they made it that he gets multiple uses out of a single Gamma now, I really like that change. It allows more combos, more damage. It's actually pretty good at damaging. And it reflects projectiles. You kind of have to get into the bubble, but the Mirio can react to that if you're going to, you know, try and pressure him in that regard, and he can use a Beta or an Alpha to combo you off of it. Well, I say combo off of it to, like, you know, negate the weakness of it. But again, if you catch him off guard whilst he's using that, he can be severely punished for it. Nejire Alpha, I'm going to put this into A tier. This projectile is extremely underrated. Does really good damage. The issue with it is that it's pretty slow, so you might not be consistent enough to hit all of the rings per Alpha. So again, I can't really rate it too highly in that regard, but it is very good damage when you do land them. Not much more to say about it. Hard knocks them down after 3 bursts as well, so you can close the distance. Beta is going to go into C tier. I think this move is kind of buns. It does good damage, it covers a lot of area, but it drains too quickly, and there's not really much use into putting your levels into it. I feel like if you're hitting your betas, you might as well just use your alphas instead. Like, you can hover in the air way longer with her special action to use alphas and have way more opportunities to burst someone down over using betas. It's nice that it can hard knock down and you can hit them with an gamma after, which I'm also going to put into B tier. The main reason for that is this is probably one of the best catch and wake up moves in the game on grounded characters, because they borderline can't do anything about it and she can hold it for a while, but that's kind of the issue. If she's using it to charge up or like trying to run away, it's very easy to catch her on the startup of that. Overhaul's Alpha, I'm going to put that into B tier. This projectile's okay, it does okay damage, hard knocks after 2 shots, doesn't really have that much range though, so it's not really good against flies. It's just kind of good to catch people that are chasing you, I guess. Like, you can try and knock them down with it and then run off after that. Maybe you can hit someone in a distance, like mid-range with it, whilst they're trying to heal, and you can down them through that, but the damage values on it is very inconsistent. His beta is going in C tier. This move fucking sucks. You have to be grounded with it. You're only using it if you're finishing someone off or trying to catch someone on high ground, and even then, if you do by some miracle hit all of the hitboxes for it, you're only allowed to use 2 of them before they get hard knocked down, and it's not even that high damage as well, so yeah, it's mostly a finisher move. His Gamma is going to go into A tier, very strong, stuns them so you can combo it into your other moves. Gamma has basically been his tried and true since his release, and there's not really much more to say about it. Solid move, solid damage, stuns them, can combo into other moves. Twice Alpha, I'm going to put this into B tier. The main reason is that the damage is good, it's just similar to Nejire's Alpha, it's hard to hit because it's slow, but Nejire's got a much bigger hitbox compared to Twice's one. His beta is going to go into C tier. Yes, I know it's been buffed and buffed and buffed, but the clones still have 1 HP. You're mostly using it for the spawn damage, which is going to lead into his Gamma, which I'm also going to put into B tier since they nerfed that. It would have been in the S tier if you could still cancel it into his Alpha or Beta, but since you can't anymore, well, you can cancel it into the Beta still, but again, the damage is nowhere near as much as it used to be, so it's just kind of a niche mobility option that you can sometimes use on someone to catch off guard and stun them there. Compress Alpha, I am going to put this into A tier. Despite the nerfs and the knockdown value nerf, I still think it's very good. You still get to break someone's guard off rip with a decently leveled Alpha. You can still rain down a lot of damage out of nowhere. It's just very good in general. It's a very big hitbox still. I feel like a lot of people overreacted on his nerf, because let's be real, he did need it. But yeah, this is a very good move in general. His Beta, I'm actually going to put this in B tier. This thing has shown me that it's pretty useful. You don't really need to put levels into it, because reflecting anything now just does a shit ton of damage back to the user. It's just that it's quite easy to bait. Thankfully, Compress can roll out of it, but if a Compress is kind of caught up close and he's using Beta, yeah, he's going to get fucked up for it. And I just feel the other two like options that he has as Alpha and Gamma, you need to put more levels into them, so you're not really putting levels into the Beta in general. His Gamma, I'm going to put that into S tier. You get 2 of them. It's armored, it does a lot of damage, it leaves a smoke screen behind. I say the main thing that's stupid about it is that it can be bugged and it actually shows Compressor's model over the marble, but the inertia change has just made this move that much better. He can quickly change direction with it. He can obviously use the second one whilst he's airborne. It's just very good for him overall. Very good mobility option. Maybe the startup on it is a little bit slow, but yeah. Rapid Hawks is Alpha. I'm going to put it into B tier. It can be good in some situations when you're bursting someone down, but besides that, I feel like the tracking is kind of subpar with it. Actually, it might even be C tier. It's like, yeah, actually, do you know what is C tier? Even if you aim in and hit someone with it, you're still not getting huge amounts of damage with it, and unaimed, you are basically never hitting anyone with it, so, unless if they're downed. His Beta, that is going to go into B tier. Once a move that would literally insta-kill you, and now it's very easy to trade with, it's very easy to roll. It's kind of bad for mobility because it's not the fastest. It's also a thing as well where even if you hit Beta, it's not really a guaranteed, like, guard break anymore. It's just not that good anymore. It's just not the best move anymore. The what's it, Gamma. I'm gonna put that in. I kind of do want to put it in A tier, but since you need to put so many levels in it to get the third level, the third charge, sorry, I'm gonna put it into B tier because it's nice. It does good damage. You can get combos off of it as well. You can cancel Gamma into Beta and get really good damage in that regard. It shows you where people are through walls, which is really nice. So it's good knowledge for your teammates. Kendo Alpha, that's going into B tier. The shield, the rocks are pretty good, does good damage, doesn't really knock down early. If you get close with someone, you can actually like beam someone out of existence with it. Just a solid projectile overall. Her shield is also going to go into B tier. It's just got a lot of health. It blocks a lot of stuff. It's just a good protection tool for her. And now that they made it that you, like, wherever you look with the camera, if you look up, she will also look up with the shield. It's just a nice change for her. Very good defensive option. Her clap, I'm going to put into A tier. Hard knocks down, does a lot of damage, gets 3 charges at level 9. Is pretty quick on the cooldown as well. It's just, again, like another really good move to just hard knock down someone and keep the pressure up on them. Especially if they're on flesh, like once they get knocked down from it, it's kind of difficult for them to escape Kendo at that stage. Mount Lady Alpha, C tier, doesn't have much range, doesn't have much damage, hard knocks down very early on, just not that good in general. Speaking of not good moves in general, it's going to be her Beta, once again, a move that just kind of triggers hard knockdowns very early on, doesn't have as much range as it used to above her, so if you're committing to the Beta, you've got to hit someone with it. You have got to hit someone with it, because you can take a lot of damage. It doesn't even do that much damage as well, so even if you do get the combos with her, it's just not much damage overall, unless if you're a crackhead and know all of her combos. A Beta, I'm going to put into B tier, just because it's a decent option. It's got decent tracking, it does pretty good damage as well. However, sometimes you can just like drop out of the Gamma, and it just doesn't do as much damage as it should. But you can also cancel it for extra movement, so it's really good in that regard. Cementoss Alpha, I'm going to put into S tier. This move is ridiculous. It lingers the entire time. It does really good damage. It gives him a platform. He can build up to 3 of them. If he uses plus ultra, he can put another 3 on top of the old 3 he just did. So Cementoss can get really high up with that. And it's a nightmare for characters that are grounded because they literally cannot do anything against him. Speaking of S tier moves, his wall. This shit is the most underrated move in the game. I do not see more people complain about this because his beta, it does a lot of damage. It gives him a platform to hide behind. He can also use it to shield off teammates. He can build around himself now for extra protection. It's got a negative cooldown. He gets 3 charges at level 9, and it does like 180 damage. It's ridiculous. It's a very strong move. His Gamma, I'm going to put into A tier because it's pretty hard to hit the shot if you're really high up, but it's still very rewarding if you land it. Like, Cementoss is just very good in general. He's just kind of been power crept by the meta, but is Gamma, you know, it does good damage. You combo it into an alpha, it's basically a guard break. It's just whether people know if they can roll after the Gamma hitbox or not, that's kind of what it's down to. Ibara Alpha, I'm going to put this into A tier. Good range at very far range. She's very good at poking you down with beta, at mid-range to long range. Goes through moves like Momo's beta, Kendo's beta. It ignores shields, it ignores Tech Darby's Gamma, wherever that is. It ignores Mirio's Gamma as well. It just goes through everything. It ignores All Might's Tornado. Very good in general. 4 charges at level 9 whilst it's almost doing 200 damage. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy move. Her beta is also going into A tier. This move is a very good get off me move. She's armored, it hard knocks you down. Does like 220 something damage when she does hit you with it. 2 of those on someone that's flesh and it's just bye-bye for them. Very hard to wake up against as well. Just covers a wide area. Her Gamma, that is also going into A tier because they gave it a really stupid buff, which is that she gets lifesteal. So if she's got no shield and she grabs you, she's going to restore her health. And if her health is fully restored and she has no shield, she gets shield back now as well. Does 225 damage, by the way. She gets an infinite usage of them until she actually lands the grab. Even when she lands the grab, by the time the move's done, it's basically back. So you basically have a grab all the time with this character. It's very strong. Who is this? Is this Kurogiri Alpha? His Alpha is going to go into B tier. So it's very strong. It's just, again, Kurogiri is really inconsistent. It's incredibly inconsistent. I just don't like how inconsistent this character is, which is why I put it into A tier. Hard knocks after 2 of them, but when the full damage does connect, it is like 120 plus, so I think actually I'm going to put it into A tier. His beta and his Gamma, I am both going to put into S tier, because if the Kurogiri knows what they're doing, oh my god, is it miserable. Is it miserable. He can just warp you from across the map and just put you in an unfavorable position. Kurogiri with Gamma as well can just also kidnap you across the map and bring you towards his team. Both very strong as well. His Gamma also has the property of his Alpha projectile, so again, he's basically got 2 moves into 1 there. It's just very strong, or 3 moves into 1. It's very strong moves. Shinzo Alpha, that is going into A tier. It's a stun, it pulls you towards him, it lets him combo into his beta. It's, again, like, it doesn't do as much damage, but the stun time on it can let your teammates capitalize off of it as well. It's just very good. It's not as good as Aizawa's because it doesn't give him the movement, but his beta does give him the movement, which I'm going to put into A tier because it's a very solid mobility option because of the inertia change, but it's also a really good damaging option as well. It's kind of a shame that it lost a lot of its combo values because it would have been in S tier. Is that the move hard knocks now, so you can't really do beta into alpha, you can't really do anything off of beta now, it just hard knocks down straight up. Is Gamma, I'm going to put into C tier, mostly because it's slow. It's not the biggest area of effect, and even if you're doing like alpha into Gamma into beta, by the time, if someone does a slow get up, the Gamma has probably already left that effect, so it's not really good in that regard. I just don't really think you should ever be prioritizing levels into this. Present Mic Alpha. The Alpha alone is... Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put it into S tier. It's similar to Todoroki's. Good damage, high fire rate. Can just absolutely shred you instantly. It can absolutely shred you, especially with the boombox, which we'll probably get to at some point. But his beta is also going to go into S tier. The projectile alone deafens you. It also does like 100 damage. It allows you to combo into more alphas, meaning you can shred someone instantly as soon as you land a beta onto them. Just again, very, 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 very solid move. It's just a very solid move. His Gamma, on the other hand, I'm going to put into B tier. It's nice that he can combo into Gamma with his beta, but the Gamma itself, you're not really using unless if you land a beta or you're trying to run away, and it's not even the best at running away. It does power up the more teammates are downed, but even then, at that stage, you're not really trying to take a 3v1 on. You might be able to sneak a 1v1 and then just absolutely delete someone from the game when you do beta Gamma, but Again, I feel like the power-up gimmick of it is a gimmick, so it's not really coming into handy. Not handy. The special carry for Deku, that's going into C tier. I just feel like none of the Dekus really have a solid way besides the red one to pick them up. I say that like the blue one can pick up, but blue Deku can't pick up. But yeah, this one, it's just kind of whatever. If you can get the pickup, it's great. You get to bring a teammate back instantly. That's kind of it. Bakugo's special action, A tier. With the inertia change, again, he can cancel it with a melee, get much greater distance, much greater heights. Pretty decent cooldown. With special action reload, it's basically up forever, but yeah, very solid mobility option. Ochaco float, I'm gonna put into S tier. This bitch literally never has to touch the ground. Some of her teammates never have to touch the ground with it, whilst being able to stay airborne and apply a lot of pressure. Todoroki special action. I could jokingly say and put this in S tier, but this move sucks. It's genuinely terrible. It's terrible. There is no use for it. I don't even know why it's in the game. I'm not even going to tell you what it does, because it's that shit. So yeah, you can have that. Iida's one. Still C tier for his special carry. Yes, he can have Gamma on it, but if he runs out of fuel or anything, or if he gets caught during the pickup, he is more likely to explode compared to Deku. Just a very unfortunate thing that they haven't really made the special carries that great. They're just not really that good of special actions. Froppy's revive, I'm going to put into S tier. Actually, well, all of the revives, I'm just going to put them all into S tier because they all basically function the exact same. Ibara has the best one out of all of them. I'm also going to put Kurogiri's up there as well. But I think that's all of them. Cementoss, Ibara, Froppy. Is there any more that I'm missing? Oh, okay, I guess that's Compressed one, but that's different. Yeah, but insta-revives like Froppy, Cementoss, Ibara, Kurogiri. You can do it from a very safe distance. Besides Froppy, she has to get a little bit closer, but since her cooldown is so short, I'm not even that bothered about it. Cementoss builds a platform, Ibara protects them. She also has two of them for whatever reason. The majority of these can be used in the air. I think Cementoss and Ibara can use theirs in the air. Froppy has to be on the ground, same for Kurogiri, but again, not really that bad for them. Hardening, I'm going to put into A tier. Damage resistance and flinch immunity, very good for Assault Kiri and really good for Red Kiri, but I just feel, again, since the knockdown value is the exact same on it, most moves that would get Assault Kiri or Red Kiri off of you function the exact same. He's just taking less damage and not really flinching, but even then, again, so many things can just knock you down instantly in this game. Momo's bag, I'm going to put into B tier purely based on that it's RNG, but at least when a teammate is dead or when teammates are dead, it guarantees a res card, which is really nice. It's really nice for her, which I think actually is going to put it into A tier now, thinking about it, because once again, it's just really good to have a guaranteed res card when both your teammates are dead and you have their tags, so she can easily turn a fight around with it. It can also help out early game as well with her. She can get the team enhancement kit, so yeah, actually it is a pretty solid special action. All Might's carry and jump. I'm going to put into B tier. The jump is very slow. The carry sucks. It's just similar to Iida's and Deku. Well, no, it's the exact same as Iida and Deku's. The jump is nice because you're basically using it off cooldown. Really complements Rapid All Might and a little bit on Assault All Might, but you can easily get caught in the startup for it. You never really want to use this one running away, so it's not good in that regard. Aizawa's special action, that is going into S tier. This shit is broken. Disable the quirks of anybody. There's very few characters, well, I say very few characters. A lot of characters do have good melees, but most Aizawas do this at a distance, so they're just kind of caught rolling, so then the Deku can kind of just, well, sorry, I say the Deku, the Aizawa can just grab them and then start his combo there. Just really good special action. Shiggy's special action, I'm going to put this into B tier. Give Shiggy a bit more mobility, lets him deal more damage to people, which is really nice for him. And it lets him destroy buildings instantly, which I don't really think is too important in that regard. But yeah, it's a alright ability all around. Up next is AFOs. I'm going to put this into A tier because it depends on what quirk you take. Because if you take a mobility quirk, yeah, it's S tier. But I don't know. Is it S tier? I'll put it in S tier for now. I'll see if anyone disagrees with me on that. But AFO special action being S tier, yeah, that... Like, being able to deal with a 400 HP Mirio is just horrible. The only thing he doesn't get is the special action of that character, but since they buffed it that, you know, he takes it faster, he gets the levels of the quirk, it all just kind of works out for him in that regard, so he just gets to be an absolute menace late game in a lot of scenarios. Even if he takes like a Rapid Mirror's quirk early game now, if he just levels up his abilities, he can just swap into Mirio and just be 400 HP for the rest of the match. Dabi's Revive, C tier. It's shit. It's really shit. It's not useless because when you do get it off, it can actually turn the tides of a match, but in that regard, like, I just don't really think you get to pull it off that often. So many people just focus you when you go down. There's so many things that just insta-kill you when you're down now, so Dabi rarely gets to pull it off. So, yeah, C tier. Pretty laughable special action. Toga's I'm going to put into S tier because transforming into someone is huge. You get their abilities, you get to know what tunings they're running. You also get to refresh your cooldowns. And refreshing cooldowns is incredibly strong in this game. It is incredibly strong. It's just really good in that regard. Not much more to say about it. Endeavor's one, I'm going to put into A tier because they've just kind of buffed this thing to the moon. Takes less charge. When he does the initial dash, he can use it in the air now. He can cancel the momentum of his flight with his melee, so he gets even more distance. Again, very good mobility option to get him around the map. We've still got so many moves to go through. Mirio's special action, that's going into S tier. Makes him invincible, or he can transport to his teammate. And after he got the buff where he can use that multiple times before the gauge is completely done, yeah, that's a pretty good special action. There's not much more to say about it. It makes him invincible, or he can leave a fight instantly with it. So, yeah. Nejire's one, I'm going to put into B tier. It's got a nice set of buffs, but it's just kind of easy to shoot her out the sky still. I also think that the initial dash just kind of ruins how often she gets to be in the air for, but the hover is really nice for it. But again, I just feel Nejire, out of all of the characters that have like a hover and stuff, I don't know, I just feel like she's the easiest one to track out of all of them when it comes to it. Overhaul's special action, that is going into S tier. It's a heal. It's a heal. If you heal your teammate, they go back to full HP. If he heals himself, he gets half shield and full HP. If he's being attacked, he gets a combo breaker, which could potentially kill someone if they are low HP. It's just a very good special action overall. Helps with his survival game immensely, so I can't really see this being any lower. Twice clone, I'm going to put into C tier. It could also be D tier, actually. Purely based on the fact that clones are just shit. They can sometimes come in handy, but they barely live in this game now. Since everything takes so much damage now, clones just don't roll or have any good survival instincts, so they just kind of get folded instantly. They do just die as soon as you get them. So 9 times out of 10, it's not even really worth the risk trying to get the clone of the person. You might as well try and rely on your own abilities and skills with Twice. Compresses one, I'm also going to put into D tier. It's similar to Twice, where there's just too much risk involved for it. It's got a pretty lengthy animation when he picks them up. He also needs to get out straight away, and then he has another animation where he like snaps his fingers to bring them back. I just think, again, overall the risk... Actually, no, I'll put it in C tier because it's a little bit better than the carry ones, but it's still not very good. Actually, is it worse? I don't know. They're probably equally as shit, but it's not a very good special action. Hawks' special action, I'm going to put into B tier. I know the gauge does deplete very quickly, but Hawks does get a lot of momentum off of it, especially if he cancels it with a melee. The carry's kind of useless. The most I've used it is if I revive someone in Storm and I pick them up and bring them in with me. You can also use it whilst healing in the air. That's the same for Endeavor when you're hovering and stuff like that. Kendo's one, I'm going to put into C tier. Very niche use. I feel like a lot of characters have mobility now, so she doesn't really have to throw them. She can't really use it for herself as well, so it's just kind of a whatever special action. Mount Lady, I'm going to put it into B tier because when it's used late game, it is very effective. She can just kind of dominate an entire area. If she uses it literally any other stage of the game, though, she is going to die. She takes a lot of damage, even though she has huge damage resistance. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's insane how quickly a character like this can get bursted down. And even if she does decide to shrink down after she's taken a lot of damage, people know where you are at that stage, so they are just kind of going to half focus you. It's definitely a late game special action, but it's a very good one at that. Shinzo's one, I'm going to put into C tier. It's very hard to hit. The cooldown on it is extremely long. Half the time, it's not even, really worth it. You might as well just stun people with alphas and betas instead. I don't know, I just don't really see many Shinzos using this one. And it kind of hard knocks you down. The first hit as well literally knocks you out of it, so it's pretty difficult in that regard. Mike's special action, going into S tier, doubles his DPS output. It's like the alpha shreds, but with the with the special action, I think it does like 300 damage at level 1 before you actually hard knock someone down. His beta held as well at like max level just insta-kills so many people. It's ridiculous, especially that, you know, not many people pay attention to it. And he also gets 3 charges of them on a pretty short cooldown as well. So it's very good in that regard. Who's this? Oh, Young AFO's special action. I will put into B tier The disabling other special actions is really strong, but the move has really weird properties with how it comes out. The flight is okay. I know there's a lot of momentum cancels you can do with it, but it's a pretty slow flow. It does last quite a while, but it's a pretty slow flight. It's pretty easy to keep track of him and shoot him down whilst he's, you know, using it. He can't really fight back too well with it. His Gamma, the explosion. Okay, the explosion and the projectile, I'm both going to put into A tier. These both are really oppressive to deal with. He gets old Sicily value, which means he takes much less damage. He's harder to knock out of it, unless if you have a grab. And every time you get hit by the projectile, it hard knocks you back, so he can just gain even more distance, even if he's low HP. The AoE, again, this is similar to Mount Lady's thing, where it's mostly used at endgames, or like if someone's just kind of caught out in the open, because if you're flesh, you take the full damage. There is no rolling out of it. If you have shield, you can roll out of it, but if you're caught in the middle, you are basically taking full damage or getting hard knocked down by him, and he can easily finish you off after that. His Beta, I think this is just Meteor Annihilation. I'm going to put into A tier. Very inconsistent hitboxes, but it does do a lot of damage, and he can combo it into an Alpha for even more damage. The actual Meteor Explosion, I'm going to put into B tier. It is really good at covering area, but it's very, very easy to avoid. I guess it's really nice to force people out. It's kind of got like the properties of Red Shiggy's Beta, where it covers an area, but the immediate threat is there to let you know that it's coming down. His Alpha, I'm going to put into A tier. Very strong projectile, does a lot of damage. The AoE also complements it very well, making it do like 100 plus. It pierces, it's very fast, you know, it's just a solid projectile overall. Nothing like, you know, Blue Deku, sorry, not Blue Deku, but, you know, Yellow Deku or Red Todo, but it's still good there. Oh my god, Tech Shiggy, Hyper Regen. Do you know what? I'm just going to put all of his moves into S tier. All of his moves, oh god, what has happened here? Where did it go? Okay, but all of his moves are S tier. I don't know where the beta went there. But it's S tier. It's S tier. Can I find it? Shiggy, where did you go? I think I put it in A tier by accident. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, all of his moves are going into S tier, including Surge. Oh no, that's A tier. Yeah, Shiggy, the Alpha is really good, again, at just getting people out of buildings. You can also see people shield and health through walls. The Beta's got a massive AoE hitbox, which recharges his regen. Regen being regen is just kind of stupid. Healing shield and health back constantly is a nightmare for people to deal with, and if he hits any of these moves, it instantly refills it. All of them have relatively short cooldowns as well. The Beta can be cancelled into another Beta for insane momentum across the map. And the Alpha also has that bug at the minute where you can roll and cancel it to deal a shit ton of damage. Tech Mirror's counter, putting it into A tier. It's a very weird move because I feel like a lot of people are going to say this is broken because it's got no cooldown. I just think if you bait it out, you get a huge punish on this character. Obviously, it's not like as big as Rapid Mirio, considering this guy's 300 HP, but it's a good move overall. If you do trigger it, it refills it instantly, does 200 plus damage. What more can you really want from a counter in this game? It's just very good overall. His Alpha, I am going to put into, is that his Alpha? Yeah, that is his Alpha. That is going into S tier. Brief Invincibility, my arse. It's basically impossible to hit him with it. He can do so many mix-ups with it. He can jump out of it. He can go through walls. He can avoid attacks. It does pretty good damage overall. And if he stops shooting his Alpha, he can probably just mix up with a Beta or a Gamma and wait for them to come back off of cooldown and then just, you know, move away from it. If he gets low, he can use this to get out of a fight as well. Like, it's just a ridiculous projectile. Tamaki's special action, I'm going to put into B tier. It's okay. Ever since they nerfed it with the longer cooldown, yeah, it is a bit more punishing now if you do just throw it out willy-nilly. But overall, it does, you know, it does do good damage. You can combo off of it as well. It doesn't hard knock people as well. Well, I say it hard knocks a bit. It knocks them back a bit as well. So you can use that to get away. And it gives you a bit of height as well to set up for Gammas. His grab, I'm going to put into A tier. It's pretty easy to avoid, but since the cooldown is so low and he gets so many bullets, it's just solid in that regard. If he grabs you, again, he can just basically break your guard for free, so it is a very low risk, high reward move. It's just that it's slow, and that's the only downside I can think of it. His Beta, I am also going to put into, I'm going to put it in S tier. I will Beta because it is strong. That's where I got that from. This move has ridiculous tracking, hard knocks you down, gives him invisibility and a speed boost. It's just stupid. It's a really stupid move. there's not much more to say about it. It does too much for what it is. His regular alpha, I'm going to put into A tier. Pretty good damage, pretty good fire rate. If you hit the tipper, you get rewarded with even more damage. Again, not really much more to say. He is just kind of a all-arounder when it comes to being a strike. None of his moves are bad, per se. Tech Mirio's beta, I'm going to put into A tier as well. It's kind of like similar to his counter, where if you land it, you get huge value, but if people know how to play around it, then they can punish you for it. It's just, again, Mirio is invincible for so long. Well, Tech Mirio, anyway, is invincible for so long that his alpha just makes up the majority of his game plan on what he does next with beta or gamma, which makes him really, really annoying to deal with. Beta can stagger you as well. He can also combo it into an alpha as well, but once again, it's another move where it's just, you know, it just makes him invincible and it's a constant hitbox. Monomer Copy. That goes into S tier. I don't care what anyone says with the nerfs on the copy projectiles. You still get 2 cooldown refreshes, which is more than enough to make up for the lack of damage by being able to cycle abilities that you wouldn't normally be able to. So it just adds a lot of pressure in that regard. Very, very solid there. His Gamma, that is also going into S tier. Invincible when you are healing, rezzing, reviving, opening a box, anything. Once it gets triggered, you get iframes from it. And also, it doesn't go on cooldown. It just leaves it where it is. And even when it does go on cooldown... does it go on cooldown? I can't remember if it does go on cooldown when it gets triggered. I think it does, but the cooldown's really short. Even when he comes out of the Gamma, it doesn't go on cooldown. It leaves you at the percentage there. So, again, just a really stupid move in general. His Beta, I'm going to put in A tier. It's got pretty good tracking, it's got pretty good damage, he can combo it into itself. It's a pretty good mobility option because of his floatiness, so I really like it in that regard. Tamaki's Gamma, I'm going to put into B tier. It's very niche when you use it, but when you do get that correct scenario for it, it is devastating. A lot of damage, but a lot of charge up time. But again, if you're far enough away, no one will see it coming. I guess it lets you know when he's about to shoot it, but at the higher levels, it lingers for so long, it can even knock someone down and then hit them again when they get back up if the tracking is good enough on his Gamma there. Monomer's Alpha, I'm also going to put into A tier. I think for the amount of ammo you get for this and the range, it's pretty easy to pick what alpha you want, but also the move itself doesn't do that bad damage if you're hitting all of your alphas, and with the projectile being pretty big, you can get a lot of damage off of Monomer's Alpha, but again, like, not really much to say about it. It sets up for his other quirks. Lady Nagant's special action, S tier, getting an extra jump in the air and being able to reset it whenever you use your Gamma or jump off of a wall is kind of broken. I'm going to ignore the sniper shot because I think everyone knows how broken that is. That shit one-taps you if she lands a headshot, which she has plenty of stuns or moves that can combo into her special action. She can quickscope headshot. Even if she doesn't land a headshot, it's still 200 damage across the board, which is very lethal. Her Gamma, I'm going to put into A tier because on the ground, it's a very good get off me tool, which does like 180 damage, and it serves as her mobility tool as well, which I previously mentioned resets her special action in terms of her double jump while she's in the air, so it's just really solid in that regard. Her Alpha, I'm going to put into A tier. S tier. Very long range projectile, does true damage, and just kind of melts you when you are consistently hitting it. Very good range on it. It's not a hit scan thing, but it basically fills it. And she gets a lot of ammo. It's got pretty low knockdown value as well. I'm pretty sure you can break someone's guard and land a shot after. It does true damage as well initially, so whilst you're breaking someone's guard, you're also chipping away at their health as well. So again, just a really solid projectile. A Beta, also going into S tier. I don't know who thought that a sniper needed a stun to line up for headshots and also ignores all buildings. Does pretty decent damage and covers a wide area. Like, again, it's just a really, really stupid ability that allows a character that's already strong in long range to be even stronger at close or even mid-range with it. It's just a very threatening move. Once you get hit by it, you feel like you're going to get sniped. I don't know why both of these are separate, but Kendo's Beta, or Red Kendo's Beta, both of these moves are going into S tier. You hold a button, you take a lot less damage. When you let go of that button, you deal a shit ton of damage. Not really much to say about it. Only grabs beat it, and if you dare, well, some grabs beat it, like Shinzo and Aizawa's, but I'm pretty sure if Ibara goes to grab her, or if Shigi goes to grab her, they just bounce off of it for whatever reason, so it's very weird in that regard, but it's also very strong to begin with. Her Alpha, I'm going to put into A tier. It is a very good stun. 3 of them knock you down, but the charged one also does a good amount of damage. I know the uncharged one got nerfed recently, but I still think this character is insanely strong. with her well, I say crowd control with her stuns galore, especially with her melees as well. I'll put her Gamma in S tier as well. I'm pretty sure she's armored when she's using it, but it's just a good mobility tool. Lets her fly, does really good damage. She can also combo off of it as well. Again, not really much more to say about it. The Red Hawk's Gamma, I'm going to put into A tier. It can put a lot of people in unfavorable positions in the air, where they're forced to use a mobility option, which Hawks can easily capitalize off of, or literally anybody. It does pretty good damage. If you land the final hit, it shows you where people are through walls as well, so it's just very good in that regard. Pretty decent cooldown, and it's pretty good for cancelling out of his special action. He gets like a huge momentum boost if you just tap it after that. His Alpha, I'm also going to put into A tier. Very strong projectile. If you're on flesh and you get hit by it, it staggers you into place, very similar to Red Kendo's Alpha. Actually, basically the exact same. It staggers you in place if you're on flesh, and then after the third hit, it hard knocks you down. But obviously, if Hawks is using this, he's probably closing the distance and is going to combo you into his Beta, which I'm going to put into S tier. Very good move. It's a bit clunky. Sometimes it doesn't hit all the slashes, but it's armored. It does really good damage. It lets him set up for other combos. It's a very good combo finisher as well because of how much damage it does. It's just a really good move in general for him. Blue Deku Gamma, S tier. Don't really need to explain it too much, but speed boost, better melee, mobility option, no drawbacks for when it runs out. There is literally no drawback for when it runs out. You just get to use it again after a short period of time. His special action, I'm going to put into B tier. I don't really see many people use it, and when they do, it's still kind of easy to track where Deku's going, even with his smoke. The extra jump height is nice, but again, Deku is mostly in the air anyway, unless if he's spamming Alpha on the ground, which just kind of, you know, it's just kind of whatever for him. Built-in space up, basically. His Alpha, I'm going to put into S tier. I think this is one of the most broken projectiles in the game. It's fast, it does a lot of damage, it has small startup, but when it's in the startup, he's got armor anyway. It beats other armored moves, it hard knocks you down so he can close the distance. It does everything. I hate this move. Please gut it. Give it less ammo or something. Just make it stop. Tokoyami Shield, C tier. It's okay. I feel like it's just kind of a whatever move. I want to say it has good uses, but it's so easy to break. It is so easy to break. So even when you are going for a revive on someone, any character in this game practically has the DPS to just challenge it. You can also walk through it. It's probably the worst shield in the game when it comes to melee trades, because the amount of times I've just kind of walked through it and punched him and like it staggers him regardless, and even if I get staggered as well, so I just constantly keep pressing the melee button and go against him. It's just ridiculous. It's not that good. His special action, however, I'm going to put into A tier. Black Unk is very good for getting extra mobility. You get to go further distances with it. You get to glide as well. Actually, it's kind of S tier. He gets a better melee. He gets a projectile out of his melee. He's very, very strong in this mode, but luckily he doesn't have that much uptime in it. And his glide lasts forever because even at 0%, you are allowed to glide with it. His mobility when he jumps up in the air actually costs less when Dark Shadow's covered over him. It does 35% instead of 50, so be sure to pay attention to that. Rapid All Might's Grab, I'm going to put into A tier. It's good. It's really good. It does a lot of damage. I think it's just now with his beta, which I'm going to put into S tier, by the way. I'll explain in a second. But his beta lets him close the distance very easily, which means he can get a lot of grabs. And Rapid All Might is very annoying in that regard when he does get his grab. Luckily, he can't combo off of it, but it has very short distance. It's actually not too bad to roll. I don't think it's too bad to roll, but again, that doesn't really matter when it does 230 something damage with Fixer, so yeah. Beta, 4 charges, serves as a projectile as well that can combo into itself. You can also combo like a held beta or like a projectile beta into a held beta, which just insta-breaks guards. The inertia change just made it amazing that you can just fly across the map now and you can basically never run away from him. And his alpha is going to go into A tier. It's armored. You can cancel the startup of it with his melee as well. The only drawback I would say to it is that he can get easily bursted down if he's not careful with it. It is a very high risk, high reward move, but at the same time, if you do just catch someone off guard, they kind of just die. Yeah, not much to say about that. Assault Endeavor's Gamma is going into B tier. I don't really think this move is as good as I initially thought it was. I still think it's, like, I'm kind of glad he got nerfed, but the move, it's very weird. Loads of collision hitboxes can just make this move not hit, but usually it's used in the open anyway to combo with his beta, which I am actually going to put into A tier. I still think this move is really good. It still stuns you, it still puts you in the middle, and it's sometimes can make people panic and like get hit by the edge of the ring and pull back into the middle for it, so it does combo very well with his beta to get really high burst damage, which I'm also going to put his alpha into B tier. The nerf has hit it quite a bit, but again, I feel like if you are landing your betas, which in my eyes isn't the hardest to do, you can still get a lot of damage with this here. So Assault Endeavor overall is just a fine character now. What is this? Blue Deku's Gamma. I'm going to put into S tier. Yeah, I'm going to put into S tier. So the thing is with this move is he can do the overdrive. Even if it doesn't hit you, the punch, and he whiffs, he doesn't lose the 30% charge in it. He only loses the 30% charge if he actually connects the punch, which again, I think depending on FPS, he can actually combo into his melee after and completely refresh it. So overdrive is really ridiculous. His beta, the initial dash, I'm going to put into A tier. It's pretty strong, pretty fast. It has an insane priority hitbox. It also has a startup hitbox as well. Hard knocks you down. Not the best at running away with, but, you know, you mostly use this to close the distance on someone. And Quintuple is going to go into S tier. Launches you into the sky, does like a 200 damage in AoE shockwave when he drops back down. Yes, they nerfed it that it uses both charges, but then just, you know, save it for the last charge. It doesn't really do much for him there, if I'm going to be honest. Dark Shadows Alpha, I'm going to put into A tier. Good distance. Oh, wait, is this his beta? Oh, wait, I think this is his beta. Okay, his beta I'm going to put into S tier. This move is actually really good. This is a really good move. It surrounds you, which allows you to be guaranteed to hit into his alpha. But again, if, you know, with a world coordinate... Okay, I'll put it into A tier, actually, because it's not as good as that. But it still swirls around you. You know, it stuns you. It does decent damage. Anyone can capitalize off of that. Even if you're trying to run away or like attack him off of Wake Up, you can just kind of cover that area and you cannot contest it because otherwise you'll get hard knocked down again. It's on a relatively short cooldown as well. I think the main thing holding it back is that it's got 1 ammo count. And I'm also going to put his regular alpha into A tier as well. It travels a decent distance. It just doesn't do that much damage. But again, I feel more people are starting to learn that Tokoyami is kind of a disruptor more than anything. Like, he sits back and spams alphas and betas to keep people in place and then tries to close the distance with Black Unk and then downs them with that, which is really good. Armored All Might, let's just do this. Let's just get this out of the way. S tier. All of his moves are going into S tier. They're either a stun or they just do a shit ton of damage. He's got the biggest DOT over time with his Fire Alpha being 70. And he can freeze you in place with his Alpha, which also does a lot of damage. His Beta stuns you as well. He can also use it as mobility. His special action, he's got so many mobility options with that. His Gamma, it serves as a get off me tool and a stun as well. Like, this character is just ridiculous. His DPS output is ridiculous. And that concludes every single move in My Hero Ultra Rumble up to Tokoyami ranked. It's not in order, but this is how I feel about each move. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to grab a drink because I'm really thirsty after talking this long about every single move. But if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye 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 bye.